Hello and welcome to my top 5 killer camera accessories that you have to have in your camera bag, and all of these will cost you less than €30, $30 or £30. So let's get into it and see what I'm on about. So the first one of my top 5 killer camera accessories is this fella. And no, it's not a tin. Well, this is a tin, but what's inside the tin is this. Silica gel patches. And you might well say, silica gel patches, what do you want them for? And yes, I already know about silica gel patches, but wait, there's a trick to this. What silica gel patches actually do is, and by the way, these actually are free because they come with shoes, they come with camera gear, they come with camera bags, they come with loads of different things, electronics, so you probably have these already inside in your house. Or you can actually get smaller ones too as well. The likes of these ones, they look like salt sachets, but they are silica gel patches. So hold on to them, pop them into your camera bag, and what they're going to do is going to soak up moisture. But, and this is one of the really cool things about this is, did you know these are reusable? Yes, after a while, these soak up the moisture, and the moisture goes into the silica gel patches, and that's it, they're gone. No, it's not. What you can actually do with these really cool things is, you can pop them into the oven at, let's say, 150 degrees for 10 or 15 minutes, and it's going to dry out the silica gel patches so you can use them again. I do it quite regularly. I put these fellas in numerous times. Now, the one word of caution I have is, some of the plastic bags that they come in aren't oven friendly. So what I normally do is put them on a bit of baking paper or something, pop them in on a shelf in the middle of the oven, put it on for 10-15 minutes, keep an eye on it for the first 2 or 3 minutes at 150 degrees, and what you'll find is it'll actually bake out it'll heat the silica gel patches so all the moisture goes out. Let them cool down a small bit, throw them back into your camera bag, and you're done. Now, what this is going to do is, it's going to stop any fungal growth on your lens, it's going to soak out any moisture that you might have had when you're out shooting during the day, so really, really important. It's going to save your lens, it's going to save your camera, absolutely vital to have inside in every single camera bag, and they are free. And if you don't have any, and you say, oh my God, Kieran, I need to get these now, you can buy them through stores. You can buy them on Amazon and probably Etsy and eBay and a whole lot of other places. So definitely do go out and get these today if you don't already have them, and fire them into your camera bag. They're going to save your gear. So tip number 2, and please don't switch off as of yet because I'm going to explain why this is absolutely vital. Tip number 2 is a really simple thing, and I'm holding it in my hand. What is it? It's a memory card. And don't say, oh God, yeah, we all know you need memory cards. No, what you need is a really rubbish memory card, some really low capacity memory card or an older memory card you just don't use anymore because it might be a 2GB or 4GB SD card and you're thinking, I'm just not going to use it anymore. So what I'd advise you to do is get that memory card, pop it into a compartment in your camera bag, and someday you're after walking up a mountain or you're out in a shoot and your memory cards are full and you say, oh my God. Or even worse, you go out and, oh God, I left my memory card in my laptop or in my card reader. What am I going to do? Then there's that dumb, stupid little SD card you've inside in your camera bag. It might be 4GB card. But if that 4GB card is going to give you 100, 200, 300, 400 photographs, that has just saved your life. So I always have a dumb SD card inside my camera bags. Absolutely vital to have, and trust me, you will thank me one of these days if you're up on a hill somewhere, up in a mountain, and your card is full or you forgot your card. So that is tip number 2. Get an old SD card and pop it into your memory card if you're not using SDs anymore, whether it's XQD, Compact Flash is gone, what am I saying, CF Express, whatever type of memory card you have, get an old cheap one, pop it into your camera bag. And the beauty about tip number 1 and tip number 2 is you already have these. So, this has cost you nothing so far, so you're already winning. So let's get on to tip number 3 and see what that's all about. So tip number 3 is actually in my hand again. And yes, it is absolutely tiny. Now you mightn't have this in your home, but you can buy these for practically nothing. And they are absolutely vital for your photography going forward, especially if you're shooting outdoors. And tip number 3 is basically this. And all it is a shower cap. Now you might say, Kieran, why do you need a shower cap? It's not to protect you, it's to protect your camera. you're out shooting seascapes, landscapes or something, or, you know, out doing architectural photography, and you get a sudden shower of rain. You can just grab the shower cap, pop it over your camera, it'll cover your camera, it'll cover your filters, it'll keep it dry, you can keep your composition, you can keep everything right, and if there's a break for a split second, just that split second, in the rain, and you get this absolutely dynamic, wonderful light, you can literally just pop the shower cap up, press your shutter button, bang, capture the image, put the shower cap back down along again. Rather than take your camera in and out of your camera bag and whatnot, it's going to be perfectly safe, it's going to be perfectly dry, and these are incredibly cheap. You'll get these for cents or pence, depending what part of the world you're living in. So again, we'll say that's practically free too as well again. So really useful. Shower caps are absolutely fantastic because you can keep your composition and you're ready to go at all times, and it's going to keep your camera equipment bone dry. So shower caps, tip number 3. So tip number 4 is in my hand too as well again. And again, this is always in my camera bag, and it is incredibly important for 2 different things. And again, it costs next to nothing. What is it, you ask? Well, it's a hot shoe bubble level. Now, before you flick off, I'm just going to grab the camera here. So why this is so incredibly important is it does 2 things. Sorry, I'm putting it in the wrong way around. I'm definitely putting it in the wrong way around. It does 2 things. The first thing is, it's going to help you level your camera without using your battery, right? Which is only a small minor thing. But the second thing is, it is going to keep your camera hot shoe dry. So if you're a Sony shooter, sorry Sony, if you're a Sony shooter, one of the biggest issues you'll have is if, especially out shooting seascapes, or if you're out shooting in inclement weather, where you have small bits of rain or mist or fog or sea spray, that if the hot shoe gets wet, it can cause the camera to lock out and malfunction. So you have to dry it out properly then again, and away it goes. Pop this fella on, and because of the fact it's quite a bit bigger than the actual hot shoe itself, it'll protect the hot shoe and help keep it dry. So that's one thing, but also, I'm not a Sony shooter, but the other thing is, if you're shooting low-angle camera shots, you can actually see quite clearly whether it's level or not. It's incredibly handy just to get your horizon right, your camera's positioned all the way down, you can just look at it and say, yeah, that's bang on right there now. You're not using battery time, and I know it's only a small, stupid little thing, but it is really quick and really easy to do. I use this quite a bit when I'm shooting real estate photography and whatnot, simply from the point of view of you can get your horizontals and your verticals correct by leveling up your camera. So incredibly cool, incredibly handy, and also helps prevent your hot shoe getting wet, which could solve problems going forward for you. So my last and final tip has got to do with battery and battery life. And no, this is not what you're expecting. Now, one of the biggest problems with modern digital cameras is the fact they're using electronic EVFs and whatnot. The batteries discharge so quickly. So what can you do to counteract that? Have more batteries. But hey, Kieran, you say this is going to cost me less than $30, €30 or £30 in total. So you can't really buy a battery for less than that price. But what you can do, and this is something, again, you should always have in your camera bag, is have a power bank, because you probably have one at home too as well again. The vast majority of people have. Pop this inside your camera bag. If your battery is gone or starts running low, plug the USB cable into the side of your camera and you can charge your camera battery then from this fella. So it's going to give you the ability to take more photographs when you're out in location, and also, heaven forbid you're out and you get yourself in trouble or whatever else, you can always charge your mobile phone too as well. And a lot of them even have a small little torch too as well built in. In all seriousness, I have to say going forward, the one thing, and by far and away the most important thing you put into your camera bag, are the first 2. They really and truly are. I mean, it is vitally important to keep your lenses dry, to stop fungal growth, and then to have a spare SD card is absolutely criminally important. And it costs you nothing. The shower cap is really cool, especially if you're shooting landscapes or seascapes. Definitely you need a shower cap in your camera bag. The bubble level is a really nice, cool, handy little thing for protecting your hot shoe and whatnot. And a power bank then for charging your camera, or also charging your phone with you when you're out and about, because heaven forbid you twist an ankle or something, or halfway up a mountain or something along those lines, it starts raining really heavily, you can't get down, very windy or whatever else, you can always call for help. So these are my top 5 killer camera accessories. If you think I've missed something, add it in the comments down below. Until the next video, see you out there, guys, and thanks again for watching. And please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be releasing some really cool videos going forward. A lot in photography editing software and camera accessories and whatnot, and me out and about taking photographs, making an absolute fool out of myself too as well. So thanks again for watching, everyone, and see you out there.